We saw how rich these guys became as a result of fraud. It first started as 419. Fake life. You don't even want to know what that person did to get what he got, but you are just eager to be like that person. A lot of them are being encouraged by their parents.
Welcome to Noble TV Live, and I have with me in the studio a man that there are issues that I want to give it to him, and he knows how to handle them because he too is a rich man. I don't know how he got his money. I will interview him one of these days, but I want to explain. I want him to explain to us what is driving young Nigerians into ritual killings, in the name of actually pursuing wealth. Because one just happened about 2 days ago where some young boys were found to have killed a person, slaughtered the person, put the person in the pot, got themselves naked, and they were even dancing, shouting some things, incantation that they believe maybe after that they will become so rich. Of course, they were nabbed by the police and they are cooling off now in the police net. But beyond that, I want this man, Valentine Agogo, to explain to us what are the implications of this kind of attitude from the Nigerian youth and African youth, because this has become a continental matter now, the desperation for wealth. Yes, Valentine, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, we have what I said, the spate of killings amongst the youth in quest for wealth. Are they explainable, or they just something that we should just leave to chance?
It's becoming very overwhelming, and it's taking over the society. It first started as 419, where you just
that's advanced fraud.
Advanced fraud, where you just lie to someone over the phone or show the person some fake pictures, and the person believes you, sends you money, like we have in the days of early fraudsters in Nigeria. No need to mention the legends of the initiators of fraud.
Anybody who doesn't know that,
if you don't know them,
ask us.
You're on the long thing. All right. So basically, that's how it started, and we saw how rich these guys became as a result of fraud. Now it moved from there to what we now call Yahoo, where you have young boys, young girls go online, because back then we didn't have the internet. Okay, so it was basically phone calls and mails of pictures, faking things you don't even have, and convincing the ignorant out there to fall into your trap. But now we now got into the jet age, where we got access to the internet with the introduction of mobile phones and networks, calls, and all that. So it moved further to making calls, video calls, engaging in nude transactions, and convincing the other party over there, especially foreigners, to fall into the trap and say, okay, I'll send you this money for you to do this for me. So it kept growing. Then it became Yahoo Plus. So the Yahoo Plus is what we are dealing with right now, because the white men or the Westerners who used to fall victims to these young people and their fraud and their different scamming techniques, hacking into accounts and all that, started getting wiser. Even though not all of them are wise enough yet, they are still falling victims into the stuff. Started getting wiser. So these desperate youths wanted a means of getting these people to comply against their will. Probably after complying, they will regain their senses and say, okay, this is they've parted away with such amount of money. So they went to Yahoo Plus, where they now have a chance of communicating with these people and making them fall victims. And when they fall victims, they realize, I parted away with such amount of money. Okay, now that was not
even... That you mean hypnotize them?
Yes, hypnotizing them, basically, with whatever charms they acquire from. So we now got to Yahoo Plus. So while we're yet to even recover from Yahoo Plus, they now got to the Plus Plus, which is not even waiting or depending on their intellect to be smart, because it started by being smart, being intellectually smart, being well-spoken, create a very good script to convince the person to sell a lie as a truth, that the person will buy it as a fact, as a matter of fact. All right, so they left that level, they went straight for the wealth, where they saw the elderly ones who claim to have gone through different rituals over time and became wealthy, become influential people in the society. These young folks now didn't have any patience anymore to work or earn a living. They felt, okay, we can actually fast track our lives. So why wait to go through school or get a job and answer yes to somebody where you can do the same thing our elderly ones had done in time past? All right, because ritual killing didn't just start now. Ritual killings has always been there. It has always been there, just that no one was being held accountable because they were being perpetrated by top individuals in the society, where you just find we've always heard about, I believe, but I heard about bodies without parts back in the days before these ritual killings. So it has always been there, but they're being perpetrated by top individuals in society that were never brought to book. So these young folks felt, okay, let us borrow from the time past and see how we can play it in our own time to also get wealthy. To also get wealthy. So that was where the hunger started from. And they started indulging in various kind of killings where someone will kill the mom, they'll kill his father, kill the mother, or use the sister. There was a case in Rivers where a brother was encouraged by his own mother to kill his sister and have sex with the corpse. And that was a ritual to alleviate poverty in the family. All right. There was a case I saw from a very close friend of mine who he interviewed personally, but he had to blur the face of the woman and the boy. Who the ritual was very simple. That wouldn't involve killing. The plug, whatever they call it, the babalawo, whatever, the juju man, what he gave him to do to become wealthy, which he said, because he said he didn't want to take any life. So the condition was for him to be having sex with his mother constantly, and that was going to bring the wealth they deserved or they wanted. And the guy, at the time of the interview, he was already very, very rich. So he made money from sleeping with his own mother. So, but the mother got tired because the father found out and drove out of the marriage. He didn't mind. He moved out and the place they even found him was one of his sites where he was doing a building project. He had several building projects going on. A young boy. The mother had to give in because he told the mom that if I don't do it, I've already gone there, I might die. I might die. So mom said, oh, if it's going to cost your life, okay, no problem. You can sleep with me. You understand? So there are a lot of desperations. I'm also bringing in the parents into this because a lot of them are being encouraged by their parents. I've seen some of these boys and these young girls, because not only the guys that indulge in this, just that the guys are more into it because they use the ladies, the young girls, as victims. All right. So, but there are girls who also indulge in this. Now, seeing these young folks who are 17, 18, 19, in their early 20s, do things for their parents without their parents asking where they got the money from. It's a trend. You just come home one day, you buy your father a designer shoe of over 100,000, several pairs, buy him a car, you buy this and all that, and no one asks you. You say, Daddy, man, with the press. Everybody comes up with the cover that with the press. Pressing simply means we are pressing laptop and doing online scam. But that's not what you're doing. You know that's not what you're doing. You're a ritualist. Right? So these are some things that have resulted in the spate of killings happening across the nation right now. The government needs to step in and tighten the security system because young people will keep falling victims into this. And the reason why they flaunt what they have is because whenever they are being apprehended, they are let go. Whenever they are being apprehended, they are usually, most times, they are let go. All you just need to do, whoever catches you, if it's a very close, very
small enclosure.
Yes, you can just settle your way out. You can settle your way out.
In fact, those operatives actually look forward to seeing such.
No, in fact, I wanted to speak pidgin English. See, it is a blessing for those operatives to meet them.
Yes,
they see it as. I was driving one day, and that day I was dressed like these guys.
Yes.
You know, they have their looks.
Yeah.
So I was wearing a sleeveless top, all right, and shorts, okay, with sneakers and my glass and all. But on that very day, behind me were some nice looking vehicles with some young boys that you would know, okay, what could they have done to make that kind of money? And by the time the police got to where I was, they saw me, the operative saw me, like, they didn't even have to waste time with me, just say, okay, go. No time to ask them, back.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So it's like an investment where you just cash out.
Yeah.
Just cash out, even though that's also wrong. Because the Lagos State Commissioner just dismissed an officer who saw one of these young boys on the road, took him to a POS machine,
extorted money
from him. Yeah. And the worst part was they did transfer. Yeah. Which was so you're meant to collect cash. You went in ahead to do an online transaction, which we easily traced and all that. And it was dismissed. It was on the media. Yes. You understand? So our operatives should also not be swayed by poverty or their poor payments, and they use that as an excuse to want to extort these boys instead of bringing them to book.
Okay, now before we round off this segment, you know, if you are telling somebody that what he's doing or what she is doing is wrong, illegal, what alternatives are you offering such a person? I'm talking about this voice now that are given to killing people in the name of Yahoo or Yahoo Plus or 419, as the case may be. Are there alternatives that they can take advantage of and actually, you know, take themselves away from this fraud and acts of criminality?
Yeah, well, there are two major pressures that is resulting to these things and how they can come out of it. One, the society's expectations from this generation is too high, or they are too high rather.
Yes.
Right? You see young girls and young parents are saying that they need this. If you don't have this, I cannot date you. If you don't have a GLK, if you don't use an iPhone 15 Pro Max, please don't come close to me. So there's this high expectation that drives these youth.
Value system.
These youth, the value system that drives them to want to go the extra mile, or when they see someone go to a club and do this, you are not this, you are not that. So they want to belong. They want to have value. Okay. Now we need to reduce that mindset. That's standard of living in Nigeria. It's affecting our
youth. Fake standard of living.
Fake life.
Yes.
Fake life. You don't even want to know what that person did to get what he got, but you are just eager to be like that person. You don't need to be like. So our parents drive their children also to becoming what they become. So parents, it starts from the home. The parents need to be content, need to invest more in their children's mind, to make them understand that evil or wrongdoings has a penalty. You do this, you face the law. Then also, the government has to put policies in place to provide jobs. We don't really have jobs in this country, and it's driving the youth to be self-employed. So if they are not robbers on the highway with ammunition, they are performing ritual killings, or they are defrauding one foreigner or the other. So they've indulged in different kind of crimes. So it's not just going after the LGBTQ and locking them up. And all these people need to be brought to book so that it can bring sanity to our society again.
Okay, yes, you have it all from Valentine Agogo about ritual killings in Nigeria, particularly, and Africa generally, in the name of seeking for wealth. And of course, he has gone further to also say that whatever it takes to make money that is not legal, that involves maybe defrauding somebody for you to become rich, those that are the parents of these young people should ask questions. And of course, the value system we have in Africa and Nigeria too must be looked into, particularly by the orientation agencies. Tell us what to do to restructure our mindset. And if we do that and recognize that if there are other jobs for us to do, we may, of course, exempt ourselves from these criminal clubs. And if we do that, we'll be having a better society. And everybody will be happy. And therefore, I urge you not just to watch what we have just done here now. You should like, share, comment also, as you even click the notification button for others that are coming after this, so that you also partake in this conversation. Thank you very much for being there. I have been with Valentine Agogo. Thank you also for being here.
Sir.
Yeah.